Good evening, everybody. We're getting ready to play some Christmas music. Copy, close, whoops, copy. I'm going to copy the workshop link onto our website. Website is jollyrogerukulele.com. You should be a member there so that we can get you playing at the high level. Have some crazy difficult music tonight to cover, and we'll see how I play, and we'll see how everybody else plays. See if we can't get some just pleasant holiday music going and make us all happy and proud of the fact that we are doing this. That didn't work. Come on, take it. JollyRogerUkulele.com. For some reason, my mouse is being a brat. Let's get that there, get that there, get that there. Update and then update. All right, that should get everybody coming in here. First person in usually says, "Sounds good." Sounds good. So that's our method of madness. Because it's not always, but most of the time our sound works great. But occasionally it's a mess. JollyRogerUkulele.com. Pop tweet. Okay. So we have tweeted. We can close the Twitter down. And live streaming. Laurel's in already. The day that will live in infamy. Today. Is that? Oh, yeah. Today is the day, isn't it? Ooh. Eesh. Yeah. Can you believe that? I wandered over and just bought that place. Unbelievable. Yeah. This is extraordinary. Extraordinary. Welcome, Laurel. Hey, Carol. Welcome in. Sandy, Vic. Hello, everybody. Vic is always very community-minded. She's always like, "Hey, everybody!" I'm like, well, just say hi to me, because that's how I am. Let's see what else is going on. I gotta go figure out what songs we're working on. It feels like I posted a million of them over the weekend, but I think I got 3 up onto our page here. And next week we have to play everything, right? Subscribe, member portal. All right, so I had everything up here today. Let's see what I'm missing. There's 2 songs that I'm pretty sure I am missing. Let's see, this is local here. Download ukulele. Let's go to the cloud. There's no internet connection. Connect to the internet. Let's see, who else wandered in here? Vicky, let's see, Linda, back to sound. So color's a little bright. No, the nighttime, I got no real light coming in from the window, so it's all artificial, which makes me look even more exhausted than usual. Caleb, buddy, welcome in, my man. Good to see you. Critter, let's play some fun. Let's play some fun stuff tonight, too. We got a lot of hard stuff. Barbara's in. Good evening, Barbara. Linda, looking forward to making more music. Well, there's 2 choices these days, right? Stay in or stay in and clean, right? And so your choice is, these days, going to the grocery store, you're like, all right, I'm going to put on my outer spacesuit and I'm going to go as fast as I can. I'm going to get back to my house. But yeah, so once you're in your house, you can either clean the house or you can play your ukulele. Clearly, playing ukulele is the way to go. Michael, howdy. June, finally the link came up for me. Yeah, running. Well, nice. How late are we? I'm not too late. All right, let's see what music. Okay. Oh, we got to do Aspen Glow tonight. Yeah, I got to get this stuff downloaded. So hold on a sec. Let me back up here 1 notch. Go back to the cloud. I'm going to play some John Denver tonight, peeps. And go to the cloud, you little thingamabob. There it is. Jolly Roger. Songs. Oh, my little thing. Everybody's on the internet. Everybody's on the internet tonight. Everything's running slow. Let's see. Patty's back in today. Hello, Patricia. Annie is in. Manette, good evening. Jacqueline. Hey, Jacqueline. Vicky. It's dark and 30 degrees in Bozeman. That's kind of my image of Bozeman, 24/7, 365. It's got to probably pretty dark up there. Probably pretty cold. Glad you're in, Vicky. Evelyn wasn't able to connect to the chat room. Really? It's a new phone. Oh, okay. You were there, just on your phone, not able to. I wonder why you couldn't connect to chat. I think that the app should do that. I don't know. Have you guys that have connected through the app on your phones, can you get to the chat bar? I don't even know. Linda, aloha, welcome. Jazz is in tonight. Caleb. All right, good. Caleb, you're always welcome. It's very exciting. Caleb is a young man in our orchestra who I met was a little kid. Now he's a grown man almost, and yeah, he's unbelievable ukulele player. Really, really impressive. So glad you're here, Caleb. Friend, third round today. What are you gonna do, Linda? Right? You can't go out, so what the heck? Glad you're here. Lindy's here. Is Christmas time same for baritone and low G? It's all the same positions. It's not, they're different keys. I think. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. That's a good question. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to go look. But first, I got to download. Aspen Glow. Aspen Glow. Where'd you go? Aspen Glow Conductor. Aspen Glow Conductor. PDF. And we're not. And Mele Kalikimaka. That's the other one I want to work on tonight. Oh, look at all this music we have done, you guys. So exciting. Mele Kalikimaka Conductor. Okay, I'll download those guys. Okay. So we'll start with Aspen Glow tonight. And I was peeking at Christmas time. Christmas time is here. High G. Christmas time is here. Low G. Oh, I know what I did. And Christmas time, baritone. So on Christmas time is here. They're all the same song. Let's put it this way. They're all the same. You will get slightly different feelings from each of them. So for example, on Christmas time is here, ukulele, the first notes are 2 zeros, 3, 2, 3, 0, 0. Same thing for low G, and same thing for baritone. The difference, of course, is that baritone is 5 half steps lower. So on baritone, it comes out deep and dark and beautiful. And on the difference, low G, what I did was I took out the chords, and I had used this, I think, as a testing thing for playing without chord shapes, like studying the tough acts and studying that. So it tends to be for a little bit somebody who's been around a while and understands a little bit more about music. And then the high G one, what's the difference between high G and low G? High G, what did I do differently on high G? I don't remember what I did differently on high G. High G, low G. Why did I give you two different ones? Low G, high G, low G. Isn't that something? I don't remember the difference between high G and low G. I'm sure there's something I did different, and so you should play whichever one your instrument is. Good question, Linda. I don't remember what the difference is between high G and low G. Linda is here. Caitlin is in. Hey, Caitlin. Kat is in. Linda. Yeah, so they do. I think they're all just the same. I don't remember what the difference between high G and low G is. Maybe I was thinking that maybe I did something. I don't know what I did. I don't remember now. And Kari and Pauline, ready to play. All right, let's get going on Aspen Glow. That's our first song for tonight. We play a little John Denver to get started. Hey, Deb. I do, it's not my way, generally speaking, to call people out in the class. For transgressions. I feel like sometimes when we all get together as a group, we should be as a team. We should all, hang as one. We should all be sort of on the same side, right? So like with football players, and they say, what, and they lose, and they're like, well, I just didn't do my part to keep the team together, and team this and team this and blah blah blah. So I take that as a personal recommendation for for us in music. Hey, we shouldn't call our team members out. Just seems like kind of a more community minded thing to do. However, Deb Angel sent me a note that she isn't really into that harmonica playing that much. So, I don't know what we're gonna do. I was just floored by that. Glad you're here, Deb. Despite your questionable choices in reed instruments. All right, let's see. Gary, let's see. I'm playing the baritone tonight. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. Play whichever instrument you want to play tonight, baritone or high G or low G, whatever makes you happy. And Diane made it. Let's see. I know, Deb. It's not about me, Deb. It's about the fact you don't like harmonica. Let's not confuse things here. See, she's also the thing I know about Deb is she's a lifelong musician and I don't exactly know she's a very smart person, and so she should understand she should understand. Look, it's got one. I got one right here. She should understand. That's as good as life's ever going to get, right there. Aspen Glow. Remember your first chords, a baritone. You guys have different shapes, of course, but A minor, okay, D minor, F, C. That's pretty good. You got a G at the end there. Not too much. Not the chords here are nice, right? There's nothing super weird or complicated. Exactly what we'd expect from John Denver is not having wild chords and weird stuff. Like John Denver was sort of the essence of folk music. It's why it's a lot of fun to play his music. And how do I know if I have a high or low baritone? They're the same. It's the same instrument. One is an octave higher than the other. So probably the high baritone part is going to be easier to play. Probably the low baritone part is going to sound kind of cool with the ensemble, probably. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Fran. Okay, Aspen. So let's just play the melody first. And so baritone players pick high or low. Either one is fine. And don't play chords yet. Let's play melody. Let's make sure we know how the song goes, and then we'll play it through a couple of times. Okay, so just melody for the moment, please. Play with me if you can. That's the idea here on Monday nights, is that we work as a duet. And if all of us are working as a duet, when we end up eventually being able to get together, you'll play your part, we'll all play our individual parts, and it will just magically come together as a full orchestration. Okay, so just the melody, please. 1 and 2. Oh, it's pretty slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. To the top. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Back to 9. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 3. 3. Rest, rest, rest. Okay. So not a ton in the melody, right? It's a pretty basic melody, nothing very minimalist in its construction. And so when we're talking about a minimalist melody, what you really want to try to get is clarity, right? So we are not talking about playing some super crazy fancy piece of music, and we're not also, oddly, usually when the melody, not usually, a lot of times when you have melody that's fairly simple, they'll put kind of complex chords with it, and then you end up with something really fancy. And not John Denver. Simple melody, simple chords, make it work. And that's what's going to happen here now. Okay, so what next I want to do is I want everybody to take chords. Okay, we're just going to play it one time through. We won't do the repeats. Okay, I want you to grab your chords. Okay, and what I would love to have is, and of course I can't hear you, and you can't hear, well, you can hear me. Hopefully I can get the timing right. And be experimental. Okay, so try see the sunlight through the pine. 2, 3. Try that. Okay. Also, when you get to a spot where you can switch, try doing a little. John Denver was big on arpeggio picking, right? So it would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you're on baritone, you might do 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. So it's thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, thumb, ring, dun, 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 thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. But you got to get your timing where you get all 6 of those plucks in one measure, right? And so if you're on ukulele, you probably thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. If you're on baritone, you might go up to the 4th string and do thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. So that's one way of playing arpeggio. John Denver did that all the time with putting in arpeggio patterns under his voice. And then the other one, of course, is plucking. 2, 3. See the sunlight through the pine. Taste the warmth of winter wine. Okay, so that's the other thing you might work on. Try to get your chords to sound nice with my ukulele. And so when you do stuff like that, you're trying, like I'm trying to keep the melody going. I'm trying to be the part where people are singing along, right? And you're trying to make it as beautiful and lush as possible, finding the best pattern for you that you can do. So let's see how you come out on that. Just one time through all the way to the bottom, because I know what you really want to do is play tough uke, right? And baritones, you're going to be doing one or the other that you've already been doing. If you were on baritone and you played played the high melody the first time, go through and try playing the low melody this time and see what you get. Okay. That's not true. Don't do that yet. Don't do that yet. Stick with chords this time. Let's see if we can make that sound really beautiful. Just one time through, ignore all the repeats. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. Second page. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2. Did you hear that change? Go. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. Rest. 3, rest. Go. 3, G7, 2, 3, A minor. Okay, I kind of messed up during just a tiny bit there. I miscounted the beats. Doesn't that sound pretty though? You think about it, all of a sudden I'm playing melody, you're playing chords. We sound pretty legit. Okay. So when you're working in an ensemble situation, in our orchestra, sometimes we'll write out separate lines for, main melody, second melody, sometimes a third melody, baritone melody, but chords are chords are chords. And so everybody ends up with the same chords. Of course, baritone shapes are different, but they still have that same thing. So we can use all of the instruments, ukulele, banjolele, baritone, low G, even the bass player can all be playing the same chords in different ways, and you end up with this really big and complex sound. And then the melody doesn't change, right? Doesn't matter what instrument you play it on. That's the instrument. That's what's going to be. So now we get to this final orchestration piece, right? And this is where you make your decisions. And we do this in our orchestra as well. All right. If you're newer, stick with the melody, because that's going to be the place where the bread and butter ultimately is. We need everybody to be really solid at playing melody. And then if you're like, I can play melody, I don't need to work on that. And if you just played your chords really well and you're like, wow, it sounded pretty good. Patricia says, yeah, it's pretty, right? So then you're thinking, all right, well, should I play tough uke? Well, maybe not. So let's go through and give it a try. Baritone players, I don't have you set up for tough uke because we don't want you to do that. We want you to play as a supporting cast member of this ensemble, and we let the ukulele player sort of play the higher voicing. And for you as a musician, you're also thinking, what am I going to have fun doing, and what am I most likely to succeed at? So be thinking about that. What will happen now is you'll be hearing whatever you're playing and whatever I'm playing. I'm going to try playing the tough uke. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit so I can get all these weirdo notes that I put in here. But what's happening right at the moment is when I get to measure 2, see the sunlight through the pine, and you're probably going strum, but and tough uke, we have the opportunity to add in, not only the opportunity, sort of the obligation to fill in that space with some extra doodly doos, and so that's what's here. So if you have a ukulele and you've been working with tough uke, this is a great piece to put into your quiver. And if you haven't been working on that, like if you have a job and you have to go to work and stuff, pick whichever way makes yourself happy to play. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm not doing the timing right. Let me get the timing right. From the top, 1 and 2 and 3 and. To the top. Sorry, to 9. Sorry, go back and go. So if you're playing tough uke, it feels like you're on fire the whole time, right? Your brain is completely engaged the whole time. I'm thinking, oh, you got your timing off a little bit wrong, right? I'm trying to be as close as I can. Of course, I'm never perfect, and you get a whole lot of panic going on the entire time you're playing. But hopefully, if you're playing melody or you're playing chords, you're like, yeah, I just wish you'd keep a steady pace, and you're probably having a more leisurely activity. Now imagine we get everybody together. Some of you are playing melody, some baritones are playing the high melody, some baritones are playing the lower melody. Some of the people who think they're all that are playing tough, right? We've got some chord players strumming, we got other chord players arpeggiating, we got a few of them I don't know, clawing their way through it, and pretty soon, if you get 5, 6, 7, 8 people together, you have this incredibly complex piece of music with not complicated chords and not complicated melody. We're complicating it because that's what we do, right? And that's what I think all musicians do. They're like, all right, fine. When are we going to make it hard, right? And we have one group here in town that gets together, and all they want to do is just play hard music. And it's like, I don't know. That's not really my thing, but they're lovely people. All right, let's do it one more time together as a group, and maybe it sounds like maybe it was a little bit of Kari and Lindy, who are pretty good players, are like, I sort of made it a little tough. Okay, it is pretty. Another new one for me. Yeah, I did not know this song. I've never been a huge John Denver fan. You're sort of required if you live in Colorado to like John Denver, but I just, he's fine. And it's just not necessarily my thing. So I had a vague recollection of this song, but it was certainly not in my main area. So whichever one of you recommended this, good job on that. This will be a fun piece to put together. Let's slow it down just a little bit. Let's see how we can do. Again, if the way you chose to play it was a bit much, play a little bit easier pattern. If it's about right, or you feel like, yep, I want another opportunity to try to get better, let's do that. Not necessarily just a walk in the park, right? This is a pretty challenging piece if you're tough uking in. And I honestly think if you're playing a high baritone, which is going to sound absolutely fabulous, I mean, you are all over the fretboard. You got a lot of work to do to get that right. And so no matter which of the instruments you're playing, there's stuff in here to keep you up. So Lanny, we're working on Aspen Glow. Aspen Glow. We posted that over the weekend on the members page. All right, let's get this one more time. From the top, maybe a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3. To the top. feel like you're in a tiny bit of a panic when you're playing? Like, ugh. I do. And I wrote the thing, right? I didn't write the thing. John Denver wrote the thing. I just let it flow through me from him. um, it's a nice little tune. Okay. It's not, doesn't light the world on fire, but it's pretty nice. It should make you feel pretty good about playing it. And again, I just think, all we did, very simple melody, very simple chords, put them together on the ukulele, play at the highest level we can, end up with a pretty nice little tune there. And I think that bum 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 thing that happens, where does it happen? Where's the good place it happens? At measure 5. Dream of softly falling snow. I just love that. Dun 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 dun. I just think it's pretty. All right. Okay. You guys know I'm a big crybaby. So, all right. That's Aspen Glow. Hopefully that's a fun one for you. Might put that in your quiver. By the way, I did post Ave Maria by Schubert. This is not a classroom activity. Ave Maria by Schubert. There's 2 problems with it, and I'll just discuss very briefly. Let me open it up just so that you can. I know most of you guys would have printed it out today. It really, really, honest to goodness, is a duet. So let yourself be talked into waiting until you can play with somebody to play this thing. But the arpeggio that goes underneath it is reasonably challenging in and of itself, because you're playing a G chord arpeggio, sort of, but it keeps going way up the neck. And so you're going to need somebody to just dedicate themselves officially to that. Then the melody itself is not that much to play. Like, any one of you guys could knock out the melody. The melody is not really where it's happening. I did give you a high baritone melody on that one, and so if you play with somebody else, like if you're a baritone player, go find a ukulele player, make them play the arpeggio pattern, and you play the melody on that. And you'll be real pleased with that. Baritone players, you don't get to play the melody often enough, and this is one of those moments where you could. The other reason it's not really a classroom piece is that the melody is like going along, you're falling asleep, and then all of a sudden there's 16th notes in it, right? And you're like, what? Wait a minute, that hurt, And then the key starts to get wonky, like happens all the time in classical music, and so there starts to be notes creeping in there. They got no business being in there. Then triplets start showing up, and then you've got 16th notes backed up with 8th notes, backed up with 16th notes, going into dotted half notes. And so about the time you're thinking, oh yeah, I can play this melody, no problem, then the melody just fights back and punches you in the teeth. And along about measure 23 or so, it starts getting super heavy duty, like, oh gosh, I'm really going to have to work on this. And then it stops. So about the time you're about ready to die, then the melody just ends, and then the arpeggio player finishes up. So I don't believe that this is a piece that would be particularly well suited for playing over a laptop, but I do think that it could be quite exciting for you to work on your own, and then certainly with a second person. I think it's a perfect duet. I really do think it would be really, really fun to play as a duet. I did give you a tough uke on it. I have no, I will not be playing it for you. So it's just that level of difficulty that would take months to prepare a piece like that. Might be worth it, might be fun, but just know that it's there. And if you're excited about that piece, I would say you got till next Christmas to get it together. That would be my thought on that. All right, let's go all the way down to Mele Kalikimaka. Those of you guys who live here locally, you've done parts and pieces of this over the years, but I have the full orchestration in here for those of you guys that are out of town. And this is actually, well, because it's Hawaiian, right? And so we're supposed to want it to work on ukulele, but this is a pretty hard piece. So we'll spend a little bit of time working on it here, and then we'll send you on your way. Mele Kalikimaka. Let's go grab that one. And the time always rushes by, guys. I feel bad about that. Let's see what's going on over here. I see the melon sunset. Nice. Yeah, right? Sunsets, right? You think like it. Think about doing duets, you guys. Seriously, duets with your grandchildren. Oh my God! You see him picture, you see videos of that online all the time. They go viral. And all you gotta do is have you and your granddaughter. You're playing your part. They're playing their part. Seriously, people love that stuff. All right, Mele Kalikimaka. Let's just walk through the tough uke. And those of you guys that are going to end up playing melody, baritone players in particular, yeah. The chords themselves, for the most part, the chords are fairly cooperative. But let's go through, talk about things. We'll just talk about the song generally. We'll walk through all of the different pieces and parts of it, and then we'll go back and play it a couple times. Mele Kalikimaka, you're going to start off. There's a little intro, and I like to just play the melody part to remind myself how it goes. Oh, sorry. Okay, so that's what the Mele Kalikimaka is. Dun 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 dun. Now, the first thing you notice, probably the first thing I notice is measure 5. There are 12s. Okay, that's this sound. Okay, when you have 12s, there's two things you know. Number one, this piece is not really meant to be played on a ukulele. I never go above 10 unless there's no way to fit it on anywhere else. This song and Stinkin' Danny Boy do not fit on a ukulele. So I end up pushing it way up high like this, and I don't like it. You don't like it. Nobody likes it. But yeah, it works pretty well in the key. It only works in the key of C, and you really do have to get up here to get those high notes. So just know they're there. No, I'm not happy about it. You're not happy about it. Nobody wants a 12. Nobody wants to hear a 12, but it's there. So there's that. Next thing is, I do think, take a look at tough uke. You got some. The first two measures are pretty easy to get along with. And go up to your 10. Just grab partial bar. Leave the top string open. Isn't that a cool chord? I love that. And then you're going to go back to our 5, 7, 6, 8. Okay, so 5, 7, 6, 8. Okay, this is a chord you're not going to be happy about, but it's going to come up a lot this Christmas. You know how you got E7 down here? Okay, this is how we normally do E7. That's E7. Okay, that's fine. I teach that on day 2. Then to fix that into a bar chord, we do that. Bar here, but you just use one finger, and then there's your E7 shape on 1, 2, 3, 4. At 5, it turns into this epic A7. Okay, it's going to come up a lot. You can hate it, right? But it is something that's going to come up, especially when we get back to Tin Pan Alley in the spring, or probably early winter. Okay? That A7 is coming up a lot. Okay, and on this piece, I wrote up there on measure 4. Instead of giving you the open A7, you're supposed to know, if you're singing, you play the open A7. If you're instrumental, you needed the picture of the complicated A7. And then look, it's going to take that exact same shape all the way up to 10 and into the 12s to get the D7 with the melody notes on 12. Okay, so it's dun, dun, dun. It's going to be a real challenge for you to get it clean and get it pretty, and you may fail, right? Next year you'll kill it, but this year it might be more than your hands and your ukulele are ready to do. If you have one of the $50 ukuleles, watermelon shape, it might be a little bit tough to get clean, pretty tones out of it, but you do the best you can. Okay, I got a more expensive ukulele here, and they sound pretty nice. Okay, and then at measure 6, just regular G chord here, bar on 7, picking on 10. And then this, to me, I think they're the hardest part in the song. I'm gonna jump my pinky over to the other 10, and then down to your C chord. That's how that goes. If you're baritone, right, make sure your chords are, generally speaking, a little bit harder than ukulele chords typically. And so this would be one of those songs where you probably really would want to think about, am I going to be the baritone player and play melody, or am I going to be the baritone player and play chords? And then definitely look through your chords, because you have a whole different set of issues available to you. And we can talk about those. Just go through it, and if you have any that you have questions about, send me a note about it. There's only a few of you baritone players, as usual. There's five or six of you, and then there are 40 ukulele players. Fairly normal arrangement of that, but I don't want to short you on that. Just look through your chords. If you find any that you're like, no, that's not happening, send me a note. We'll talk about it. Okay, next up is then we would play the song. The song, it gets a little easier at first. Okay, so grab from measure 9. Grab either chords or melody or tough, whatever you want to play, and let's go through it. And baritones, melody, or chords, whichever makes you happy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you go to page 2, you've got 5, 7, 5. That's your high G7. Add your pinky on an 8. Do that. Slide back to the 4, back to there. G7 chord, but your melody is a 3. Sorry, I got that 8 chord there. Bar on 5, pinky way up on 10. That's a bit of a stretch. Down to 9, down to 8. Okay, then you go back to this crazy A7. Bar on 5, just put your index finger on 5. E7 shape in front of it. And then all I double check here is my melody note a 7 or an 8. In this case, it's a 7. Pull your pinky back to get the 6. Pull it back up to push the 7. And then push it up to get the 8. Back to 7. Abandon your chord. Hit the 4. A bar on 5. Middle finger on 6. That's your D7. Bar D7. And then your ring finger is going to get the 7. Slide it back to the 6. And then at measure 30, you have a G7, the high G7. And then now you go back and we redo the main idea of the song. Okay. 10, 10, 11, 12, 12. That E7 shape up on 10. Now, stop for a moment and think to yourself. If I'm sitting in my house and I'm playing songs and I like Melody Kalikimaka, I'm going to work on tough uke. Okay, but if I have a friend who is in my immediate household who also plays ukulele, I'm going to go have them grab the chords and I'm going to grab the melody. Okay, I'm going to dramatically lower the amount of work I have to do this. If your friend in your house plays piano, plays guitar, plays accordion, plays organ, plays harp, they can do chords, right? And have them do that. Okay. Or because Deb, now that she has outed herself as a non-harmonica fan, we could, not that I would ever single anybody out, but somebody could play the melody on a harmonica and you could knock out the chords, right? One of those two things. All right. Let's see. See, I knew Jasmine was still in here, and I knew she was still playing that watermelon ukulele. You're not really playing it. Jasmine has a better ukulele than her watermelon one. And right? You got a better one, didn't you, Jazz? But it's watermelon. It's shaped like a watermelon. Uh, are these jazz chords? Not really. Not really. No. The only jazz chord in here is up at measure 3, that open 10, 10, 10. That I would consider that a jazz chord. Everything else in here is pretty standard. We'll run through the chords when we before we get out of here. You want to hear me sing before we end the night, so we'll do that. Let's just play from 9. We won't stop. Play just all the way down, and then we will skip 37, 38 and play into the final. So just one time through to finish up. Then we'll go back through and talk chords. This A7 here, it's just an A7, Jennifer. And I know it feels like it ought to be jazz, right? But it's just an A7, okay? And so not a modified A7 in any way. It's just in a weird position. It's just the easiest position. And same with this D7 up here. Okay, so they're just regular old 7th chords. I'm doing better with baritone ukulele part of 9. Yeah, I would say so, Caleb. Yeah, I think that's wonderful. That's exciting to hear. Jennifer, tell them they're jazz chords. Yeah, jazz players don't know. They don't. This is a C chord to us. They got some weirdo A minor 7th, flat 9, some kind of weird note. Because I don't know if you know this, but 003. It's either a C chord or it's a G chord with a C in the bass, rock power chord, right? So our chords have lots of different names. If you want them to sound cool, you can come up with cool names for them. Measure 9 to the bottom, one time. First shot, best shot, kind of slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, sorry, I got the wrong chord. Sorry, let me put the correct chord on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sway. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Second ending. Okay, it's a really pretty song. It's kind of jazzy. I did a jazz arrangement for this the very first year Debbie and I played it on stage, and we put in all these crazy chords that were really crazy and painful, that I think made us feel cool, but did not necessarily make the song feel cool. And so I think it's jazzy enough just as it is. I don't think you have to add a ton to that song to make it really be like, oh gosh, I need to make this more complicated. You really don't. Plenty right here. Just a beautiful song. All right. Before we get out of here, those are your new stuff. Before we get out of here, right now you're thinking, what's going to happen next week? Next week, it's our final Monday night. Guys, I need a week or two off. I'm just I'm running out of gas a little bit, so I'm going to take a couple weeks off. I will send you out an email if I decide to have a nighttime thing. I might have one or two during Christmas break where we can get together and just play some easier stuff where we don't have to have any instruction. We just sit and play some music. So I'll probably do a couple of those. Those will be open call. Keep an eye on your emails. You should all be on the email list, and I don't send them out every week, but every other week or so I'm sending out an email. So just double check that you're getting those. If you're not getting those, you go to the Jolly Roger ukulele.com website, go over to the widget on the right hand side up at the top. It says give me your email. You don't need to worry about me selling it to anybody, because honestly nobody's coming to me to buy my email list. I'll send you out a note probably. So next Monday, we want to be as prepared as we can. So I'd like to play Aspen Glow, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, Christmas in Killarney, Christmas Island, Christmas Time is Here, Do You Hear What I Hear, Frosty, Mele Kalikimaka, Silver Bells, We Wish You Merry Christmas, and White Christmas. There's no way we'll get through all that in an hour. So we may go a little long next week. We will probably not get to everything. A couple of the harder ones, I may be like, nah, we'll skip down. But we'll try to do all of that stuff, or at least one time through on most of that stuff, so that you can have a chance to just take one more opportunity to play some really nice music. I am trying to finish up Moonglow, and I am trying to finish up Colorado Christmas, but we obviously won't have time to work on those. We'll just give them to you, and off you'll go. So that's where we're at. And like I say, we will be... all teachers need a break. I don't know if I'm teaching anything, but I know I need a break. So so let's do that. Before we go, let's grab, what do you want to grab? Let's grab, what's a good one to do? Let's go play White Christmas. That's a nice one. Let's just play White Christmas as a wrap up here. I don't remember that one being so sad. All right, so grab White Christmas for me. And I have one crazy chord down at the end. That's it. Yeah, so here's Jennifer's jazz chords. These are the ones. How you know as if it's a jazz piece, there's minor sevenths in it, minor and major sevenths. Then you're like, oh, that's going to be jazz. Okay, and then the last chord down there, measure 34 in the middle, bar on 5. Dun, dun, dun. That's beautiful. Okay, good job, Gary. Holy Moses. Let's play it twice through, and then we'll call it an evening. If you guys will just go through the list, make sure your book is all set up. If you'd spend a little bit of time this week playing through that list, there's no way we can get all that in an hour. So we may I may have you call for favorites next week or something like that. We'll get everything knocked out next week, and then that gives me a couple of weeks between the Christmas season and the new season. I know what we're going to do for January. I know exactly what we're going to do. But I don't have it done yet. And so it's going to be a little bit of the old, it's going to be a lot of the old stuff we've done. But one thing we never do, I just keep throwing mud at the wall, throw it mud, throw it. We don't ever just say, here's 12 pieces we're going to just really get good at. And so that's what we're going to be doing in January. And one of them is going to be Tiptoe Through the Tulips. So we're going to get that one. All right. White Christmas. Don't hate it yet. Okay, it'll be awesome. You'll see. All right, here we go. From the top, 2 times through, go down to the bottom, 32, come back and play it a second time. Okay, not fast at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it gets a little messy there. Beautiful, beautiful piece of music, though, right? Um, I think it sped up too, and I apologize. I was going to try to hold back the speed the whole way through, and I have a tendency when you go up to the high B flat, it's all over. I'm like, let's get this thing done. Guys, I hope you're having a great time. This is the time when we stay inside and we play music and we find ourselves, right, and we turn off the scary stuff that's on our TVs and on our Twitter feeds and Facebook feeds, and just become one with the universe and find yourself a place of peace where you can do this sort of work and be safe. I'm trying to do a random act of kindness for somebody once in a while. It's kind of a fun thing to do, just randomly go do something silly for somebody, and then practice. Right, we got a concert next week. Show up next Monday night, whether you can play it or not, doesn't matter. Do what you can, and then subscribe and like. Supposed to do that, and then tell other people what's going on around here so that they can come and be a part of this too. I'm not kidding, guys. This is pretty hard, high level stuff, and if you're here and you're playing it and you're feeling at all like you understand what's on this crazy paper, you're in the elite group, right? And it's our job to be as good a players as we can be, and then to go out and share that with other people. So I hope you're having fun. Also, have a little fun with it once in a while. And you don't have to just play tough uke, right? You can absolutely just play a melody or chords and do that. So, all right. See all of you guys on Monday. And be good. If you have a watermelon ukulele, here's what I'll tell you. Caleb started with a watermelon that was shaped like a kiwi. Right, and he's one of the finest players I know. So it proves that you don't need an expensive ukulele. You need one shaped like a watermelon or a kiwi, and you can kill it. And so there we go. All right, guys, good to see all of you. And I will wish you a wonderful week, and I'll see y'all. Some of you during the daytime classes, the rest of you at night. Kari, owie. Sorry, I love Colorado Christmas. I got Arlo's version and I got Michael's version. I'm going to combine those two into one, the ultimate Colorado. We're going to be the first ones with sheet music, good sheet music for Colorado Christmas. Thanks to those guys. Manette. Oh yeah, I need. You can tell I'm just like I need a little bit of a break. Patty, good, loving all this. Kari. I don't know what that says. Polly, Kari does not believe in double checking her auto checks. You just see some of the texts I've gotten from Kari over the years. You're like, what is she talking about? Polly, good to see you. Vic, thanks. You bet, Vicky. And Vic and Vicky are both logging out at the same time. Very fun, exciting, good. Jennifer, we can do it. Thanks so much. We can do it. We can do this, right? Red, good to see us. It is fun, right? Kari, that was lovely. Thanks. You are welcome, Kari. Critter, always fun to see you. I'll talk to you soon. Jacqueline, take care of yourself. Evelyn, you bet. Evelyn, you've been spending too much time with me. You're going to go nuts. Caitlin, Feliz Navidad to you as well, Caitlin. Well, we're doing what we can, right? All of you guys are doing what you can. That's all you can expect. It's crazy times. We're trying to just stay centered and positive. Linda, good to see you. I know, Linda. We've been spending a lot of time. June, so good to see you. Lovely. Oh, I wish I could hear you singing, June. That's one thing I miss a lot is being able to hear people. Like I used to say in orchestra, okay, don't sing. And then I would start to play a song and all these people would be singing along. I'm like, we're an instrumental band. Stop singing. I love that part, June. I wished I could hear you. Barbara, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Sandy, good. Glad you're enjoying this. That makes me happy. June, and oh yeah, we could try. I don't know. Let's see what we can do to turn one in. I guess I would have to say they have pretty good sound. The kiwis and the watermelon seem to sound a little bit better. I don't know why. Lanny. Oh, I know, Lanny. Oh, my gosh. Right? We dug into that one. Good to see you, bud. Jazz. Watermelon power. Go Jazz. Gary, good to see you. Delighted you were able to make it in. I know you're busy. Diane, thanks, Gary. Oh, you played in the park and had an audience. Oh, that's it, Diane. Giving a concert. Good for you. Excellent work, Diane. Don't let people come by and listen to you though. They got to stay 12 feet away if they're weirdos in a park coming to listen. Put up those fences, at the concerts where they keep the screaming girls out. I know that alien one goes in the dark. It doesn't matter what it sounds like. It's an alien ukulele that glows in the dark. Who cares what it sounds like? All right, kids, I'm going to unplug it, and I will see all of you, some of you tomorrow. I'll see the rest of you Monday night. And you have a concert coming up on next Monday, and it's scary. It's really hard stuff. I am going to have to practice. That's how hard it is. So, and I'm supposed to know how to do this stuff. So put some energy into next week's music, and I will see you then. Oh, Linda, you know what? It's 7 o'clock on a Monday night. It's time to stop cleaning. Let it lie. Let it be there. Sit down. Turn on. What do they got? Let's see. Your choices are the show with the mask guy that you can't tell who's singing, or you got. I think Dancing with the Stars is done. So you're none of that. Cooking shows. They're all doing holiday baking, right? You could go make me some cookies. Don't clean your house, Linda. You live in Vancouver. Everything's perfect there. Everything's perfect. It's already clean. It just magically cleans itself. All right, off I go. I'm being silly. Have a good night.